Yeah, it has to be colorful. Then it's very interesting also for everybody on one
Yes, sir.
object. So in those 3 days, for 16 hours a day. So morning we get up at 4 o'clock till night 7:30. We are actually trying to put our attention having changes in our as hands. So you realize that internally.
Hi, Neha. How are you?
All good.
Thank you so much.
Arey,
You gave me your time from
no,
your
no,
busy
no. This
schedule.
was actually long time pending and
Ah,
it didn't happen.
so Neha, you wear a lot of different caps. You have different feathers in your cap, and you manage so many things. And how do you manage all this?
So, what happens is if you don't wear many caps or many hats,
Yeah,
what happens is it gets very boring,
yeah, it
So you
makes you
need
more.
to have that very, very boring. So
Yeah,
you
it
need
makes
to
you
have
colorful.
different, yeah, it has to be colorful. Then it's very interesting also.
A spectrum
So
of
it's
things that you do.
always like that. Yeah.
It's wonderful, yeah, but it's very difficult for people to do all so many things. Like you're into coaching, you're into answers, you are writing, and the list is endless, I would say.
Endless. I keep
How
doing
do,
new things.
yeah,
Yeah. See,
you
it makes
read,
you more creative.
yeah,
Uh,
you keep rediscovering yourself, reinventing yourself.
yeah.
So that is
So that
the
is where the
spice of life.
excitement comes in, no?
That's the
Excitement is
spice.
also required in life.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you need
very
to,
much.
yeah, yeah.
But you find very few people like you, actually.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
you were working earlier, right? You started your career with, and you were employed with someone. And
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
how many
So
years
being
was
a
that?
37-year-old Mahindran, it's been 37 years now. I started when at the age of, I think, 17 and a half when I applied, 18
Oh
years
my
when
God.
I joined Mumbai Port Trust, the
Ah,
government of India. And then 2 years there, and then I joined Saraswat Bank after becoming a cost accountant and commerce.
okay.
Then 10 years with a manufacturing company.
Oh.
Then after that, 15 years into practice. And now I'm entering the 16th year. And so total 37 odd years.
You worked
So
for 37 years.
37 years.
Wow, that's
Um,
pretty long.
if you count the number of years where I've been taking tuitions, I
Yeah.
started taking tuitions at the age of 12.
Oh my
I
goodness.
used to take the students
Oh,
who were younger, 5 years,
yeah,
6 years.
school children.
Yeah. Yeah.
My God, started quite early, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, so I
You
come from
started
a
quite
middle
early.
class family. So I come from a middle class
Okay.
family wherein both their parents were in and out of jobs. So I started
Oh,
realizing very early in life that it is money is something which is very necessary for us, and the best thing that can be done and can be given is education. My
yeah,
mummy
education.
is a school teacher.
What's she's a teacher?
So that's where the education comes in. My mummy's dad was in South Indian education school, and mummy was in South Indian welfare school as a teacher. She retired.
Okay.
Even now, at the age of
Uh-huh.
82, my mummy still takes tuitions. So my daddy still takes
My God, so
music lessons for people at the age of 87. So it runs in the
hats off
family.
to them, yeah. Hats off to
Yeah,
them. I would love
there
to
are
meet them
ladies
sometime if I get a
coming. Yes,
chance.
yes, of course, you should
It's
come.
amazing,
Mommy takes
amazing.
Narayanium classes for,
Oh, I'll check it out.
yeah. Please come
Definitely.
down. Please come
Where
down.
he's in Bombay? Your parents are in Mumbai?
Yeah, Bombay, very close to my office, in
Oh,
fact.
wonderful. But you're basically from South, right? You
Yeah, I'm from Palakkad,
okay.
which is in between Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So
Yeah,
we are a year's, so
close to
typical
Coimbatore.
Tambran family. Tambran family.
Okay. So about 10 years you were working. And and then how did you bounce back? And what made you start your own? Because I see you had a wonderful career
I
too.
worked for 20 years. I worked for 20
20
years,
years.
10
Okay.
years as a CEO in a company,
Uh,
10 years in Saraswat Bank, 2 years in Mumbai Port Trust. See, that thing to do on your own, I had all these degrees. I've done my cost accountancy. I was a lawyer. So I was a cost and management accountant as well, company secretary.
mhm.
So this thing was there to start. I went for a Vipassana course in 2010.
Okay.
That's when I started looking inwards. Till 2010, I was working. 10 days changed me. I decided I have all the things required for becoming an entrepreneur. Why not start on my own? So I started. That's how I started Neha Karekar and Associates, which is a company secretarial firm, wherein we incorporate companies, we do the retainership, we are empaneled with a lot of banks for this ROC related work. So that is how it started.
My God. In 10 days, what is the change that came in? 10 days is too short a period. Because
10
people wait
days
for
brings about,
years and
yeah,
then they
brings
change.
about a lot of change, because this goes back 25 centuries back, 673 BC. So it goes
My
25 centuries back when the Buddha actually taught people how meditation has to be done. But
Okay.
during the time of the Buddha, he could analyze what was going on in your mind.
Oh,
But now there is no Buddha, no? So you need to have samadhi for doing any kind of meditation. Samadhish bolte hain na hum log. You need to have a karma sthan. You need to have an object of meditation. So now the universal meditation object in a Vipassana course is always your breath. The breath is there for everybody. Even a
yeah, it
Muslim
is
will have
always
a,
there.
Hindu has a breath, Christian has a breath. So it's universal. And breath, one more thing is it's always in the present. And our mind is always either in the future or in the past.
Fast. Yes.
Right? So we are always in that. Our mind is like a monkey. It will never want to remain in on one
Later.
object. So in those 3 days, out of those 10 days, 3 days is samadhi, wherein you concentrate on your breath for 16 hours a day. So morning we get up at 4 o'clock till night 7:30. We are actually trying to put our attention onto our breath. So you realize a lot of things when you do that. Your mind will not allow you to be samadhished on one particular. You have to force it.
Something, yeah,
You
it
have to
keeps
tell
coming and
it. You have to
going.
cajole it.
Thought keeps coming and going. So that is,
Yeah. So thoughts keep coming and going, but you're not supposed to put your attention to your thoughts. Then you'll go
yes.
into the past or the future. So you have to remain on the breath, which is coming in and going out. The attention is here. This trichole. So
Okay.
from here, the breath will
That
go.
will go
Sometimes it
the
will go in one nostril only. Or it will come out from one nostril. Sometimes it will go from one nostril, and so you
come from
realize
the
a lot of things about yourself. The 3 days of anapan, we call it the anapan technique.
okay.
Anapan, going.
Anapan.
So after that, the Vipassana technique, as taught by the Buddha,
Mm-hmm.
is given in its purest form. It's been preserved by so many centuries. So it is taught to you after your mind has become samadhi, so that you're able to get the real teachings. So then you start looking at your body and its sensations, which is happening inside. And then you realize that you are somebody who are totally impermanent. Okay. So if you look at your childhood photos, is
Yes.
that you, Mahendra? It is, no?
It
But
is
you are in a different form.
different. Yes.
If I talk about Mr. Mahindran Subramaniam, maybe 1 minute back, that is somebody different. What somebody is there now in
Now it's
speaking to
different.
me is different.
Mm-hmm.
So we keep on having changes in our as. So you realize that internally. That is known as the Vipassana. Vipassana is vipassana. Passana meaning looking at
Yourself.
internally at a different way. So you start looking at, and then you realize that all this lovadosa moha, which is
Mm-hmm.
happening everywhere around, is really doesn't really matter for you. You are changing, everything else is changing. So why are you getting attached to things? So you start
So
looking at
beautiful.
things in a very different way. You start getting purer and purer. By the end of 10 days, when you have done Vipassana, you have done Anapana,
Mm-hmm.
you are actually having a sense of calm because you're not talking to anybody else. That's the first thing that you do. You are totally in Maun Vrat. Maun Vrat meaning you're not supposed to
Yeah.
talk to
Talk
anybody.
to anybody.
So then you're totally internalized. Then 10th day, you're
Mm-hmm.
really at peace with yourself. Then whatever that you have got in those 10 days, you distribute it to the world.
Oh,
You get that pure
well.
feelings. And you say that let everybody be happy on this world. So you start giving, like if you go to a church, they distribute this love, goodness, and everything.
Right.
Similarly, in a Vipassana course, when you complete that 10 days, now that sense of well-being comes. You start realizing that what you have been fighting for, why people are doing so many things in the world, why is all this happening? You start feeling, understanding all these things. So that's how the Vipassana course changed me. When I came back, I told my boss, who was a Parsi, I told him, I'm not continuing with you. I'm starting on my own. So he did try to tell me, no, no, you should not do. I said, no, I will still look after your companies. Don't worry. Even now, I
Okay.
do the retainership for his companies.
Also
So
nice.
that also is
So the
there.
relation is there still.
Yes, relation
A
I've kept
professional
with
relation.
everybody, whomever I've been in connect with.
But this 10 days has got a total change in you. And how does it help in your corporate life, in your business? I
So,
mean?
doing a Vipassana course, you have to practice it. Just leave it as a course doesn't really matter. So, Goenka Guruji, who brought this and taught to us, um, he says that you should practice Vipassana at least Anapan
Breathing.
twice a day, meditation
Okay.
twice a day for 1 hour. Okay. So this really brings a sea change in the way that you look at things. The Buddha tells us to follow certain things when we are in the corporate life itself. So it's a whole study of it. But in short, if I tell you, he gives us the Eightfold Path, wherein the Eightfold Path
Okay.
talks about different things that you're supposed to have in life.
Eightfold path.
Eightfold Path. Eightfold Path, Eightfold Noble Path is for commoners like you and me, even for monks. I will
Okay.
tell you about maybe Samma Vacha. Samma Vacha is right speech. Okay. Then Samma Kammanto. What kind of, you are supposed to be doing? What kind of karmas are you supposed to do? Then Samma Ajivu. Ajivu is what kind of profession are you supposed to have? What kind of profession you can do or you can't do? You should not involve in activities which include gambling, drinking,
Drinking.
drugs, even dramas. That also
Okay.
movies not done. Nacha Geeta Vadya not allowed. So these are activities which you should not be doing. Whatever causes harm to other people is
Okay.
the activity which the Buddha says, no, you should not do those activities. Other human beings, even a small ant, should
Mhm.
not be disturbed by
All right.
your activities. Okay.
All right.
So I follow the Eightfold Noble Path, whatever is possible. So
Mhm.
it has brought a sea change in the way I think, become more peaceful, try to understand things in mature level. I've gone 10 times, Maithan,
10
to
times.
Vipassana course. Yeah.
My
See,
God.
there are people who are doing, it's a 10-day course for the beginners, but you
Okay.
can go higher up also. You can do a 20-day course. Then you still, because all these long courses will bring out more essence of being with oneself. There's a 45-day course also, wherein you are totally stationed there and you हमारे अंदर डुबकी मारते हैं, we just
Dive into
doing that,
yourself.
swimming inside yourself, that kind of a thing.
Okay. So self-realization.
Self-realization to the core. One more course which I did as part of the 10-day course is something known as Sati Pathan. Now, Sati
Okay.
Pathan is Satya Pathan. So, how you are supposed to be aware about yourself. Okay,
Okay.
like there are a lot of self-awareness courses everywhere. So,
Right.
this is a course which is 7 days. And in that, you start realizing that how aware you can be about yourself. Like, for instance, I'm talking to you, right? I'm aware that my hand is moving. I'm
Right.
aware that you are nodding. I'm
Mhm.
aware that I am speaking. I'm aware that I am sitting. So your awareness level should increase. This really helps you in the corporate world because the more aware you are about your surroundings, the more you are able to contribute to the progress of that particular organization. So
Oh,
that is also something which I learned from the Buddha.
amazing. I mean, I have no words here, Neha. My God, you put so much of yourself into this.
Yeah.
Okay. So apart from this, what is that you have to say about your business? You are into
So I
many
have,
things, so,
yeah, yeah, I have
so I
many
would
things.
love my viewers to
The
know
thing
what
is,
you
15
do.
years, yes. So 15 years as a company secretary, I had I did my starting initially, it was a partnership with two other partners.
Okay.
But then 2020, when COVID hit us, we
Right.
had a, parting. We parted as friends. So, but then my business came to a standstill on 14th of August 2020. That
Oh,
date also I remember. And I did not know what is to be done. Okay. Then within a month, 15th of September 2020, I came back. I said, no, whatever happens, I will do. And I continued. I started meeting people. And I was a solopreneur then because my two
yeah.
partners had left. So
Hmm.
I started meeting people. I started asking them for work. I started, networking. In 18 months, I struggled a lot. And then after 18 months, what I did was I worked with a business coach who
Okay.
taught me exactly what has to be done, where I'm lacking. So it became the process after I started employing a business coach. That's when my business plummeted
Put up.
because I realized that I have to
Hmm.
start thinking like an entrepreneur. I have to start delegating things. I can't do everything myself.
Right.
That's the difference. And that thought after that, that 10 months was very easy for me to get to a level in my business. Uh, I started, anyways, I had a passion for training, teaching. Pre-COVID, I had
Yeah.
written a book on neuro-linguistic programming. I've done my master's in Pali, master's in psychology, master's in Buddhist studies. I've done a lot of such things. So my passion was always to give back to society. Like the Buddha always says, that you should not keep whatever you have learned to yourself. The more you give, the more you get. That's the universal law. So that's when I started studying for being a business coach. Wanted to
Okay.
get myself certified.
Hmm.
Approached a lot of people, but then I found one institute very good, and I started, talking to him, and then enrolled in a course which ran for around 4 months.
4 months.
And I learned how business coaching, how marketing and sales, how strategies make a difference in business, which I had applied myself as well. I wanted to do this. So then, after my business coaching was done, then I started pitching this to other professionals. So I
Hmm.
had my recently one course which I completed for professionals like chartered accountants, company secretaries, doctors, lawyers. So 8 people. I used everything what I had learned in 37 years, including law of attraction, including neuro-linguistic programming, including meditation taught by the Buddha, including the training which was given to me, my business coach. Put everything, and 4 weeks were magical.
Really?
And
Wow.
so many people, of 8 people, everybody got fantabulous results. I have testimonials from everybody. So that's my passion. And I am going to take the next level training for them and furthermore matches as
Wonderful. Wonderful. That's amazing.
well.
So what is your future? What are you looking at now?
I see myself coaching all the top honchos in the industry. I see myself delivering TEDx speeches.
Yeah.
I see myself, getting down from an helicopter to a big stadium where many people are waiting to listen to me. That's where I see my future.
Wonderful. Great. So, what are your giveaways? A lot of youngsters, if you see in today's, the trend is that many youngsters want to start off on their own. They're more focusing on doing something for themselves. Like after the studies and all, they want to branch out.
Yeah. So
So what do you have to
I
give, say
always,
them?
yeah, see, I always don't miss an opportunity to speak to the younger generation. See, as a person who has so many years of experience, I want to give my all to everybody. I always address younger people. I have done variety of lectures for young. Day before yesterday also, I had addressed some students of Thana College, wherein we
Okay.
had talked about skills required in the 21st century. So my giveaway to students is you should bring this country back to the Sone ki Chidiya what it was. Before the Britishers invaded us and destroyed our culture of entrepreneurship, we should become what that $1 trillion economy what everybody is talking about. That's only possible if our country everybody becomes an entrepreneur, because we are we have that potential within us, and being an entrepreneur gives you that another high wherein you are not किसी के सामने सर नहीं झुकाते हो, सर
Bravo.
उठा के जीने.
Very true. Very true.
So that is where I have a book wherein I've written about this, From Ideas to Empire.
This
Now,
is your
this
first
book,
book?
no, this is my second book. My
Ah,
first book is Neuro-Linguistic Programming, which is available on Amazon as well. So that I wrote it pre-COVID, but this is the latest book wherein I'm talking about how important it is for us to have an idea and make it into an empire. So I have given a story of a boy, Arjun, who goes to a tea stall in IT Park in Bangalore, and he talks to a tea stall owner, and he's tired of his corporate 9 to 5 routine. He talks to him, he sees how the tea stall wala is so happy, and then he starts on his own. Starts his own company, gets funding, and then he becomes, kind of a multi-city entrepreneur. So this book shows everything. One of the reviews that I got about this book is from an 8th standard student. He read this book. It's written very simple language.
Wow.
So he said, "Auntie, I want to become an entrepreneur. I understood what you want to say." So that was a great review sent by them. So my message to entrepreneurs, to today's youth is, stop this distraction, okay? Because our world is totally distracted, and get into action. That is a message which I want to give to today's youngsters.
Nice. It's a wonderful giveaway to the youngsters. And yeah, one other thing I see is you need a bit of experience before you venture out on your own. So,
not necessary.
Not
I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the story of Arjun Deshpande. Okay. You don't need to have experience. Now, Arjun Deshpande started generic Aadhar at the age of 16. He was just 12th standard, and he realized that there is a problem of us getting medicines at cheaper rates. So he went to the shops, he went to the pharmaceutical company, got the branded generic medicines, put it into the shops. Then he gave a TEDx lecture, which was heard by Ratan Tata. So Ratan Tata put 500 crores into that venture. So, and today they have got 2,000 outlets. The company has done 1,500 crores. That boy is only 22 years. I was part of some group of entrepreneurs who interviewed him. So it is not required that you need to have experience or something. वो सिर्फ जिद चाहिए, हौसला चाहिए. So then शाहरुख खान says वो in ओम शांति ओम कि कोई भी चीज शिद्दत से चाहो तो सारी कायनात जुड़ जाती है आपको आपके लक्ष्य के तरफ. It's just that persistence, it's just that resilience. You don't need to have anything. You will get everything. Mentors will come, money will come. That inner thing should be there. I have to achieve it.
Wow. What a wonderfully put across. Anything else you would like to add to my viewers?
So I would tell to the viewers that go follow your dream, and there is a very beautiful saying by Robert Frost. I have a long way before I go to sleep. There's a nice poem written by him. So have that long-term vision and follow it. Everything will come to you. Only thing is you should have a vision.
Vision and passion.
Passion for it.
True. So that was wonderful, Neha, talking to you.
Please do like, subscribe, and watch.